I was just thinking to myself, like, this is the first time that I've been home alone in 8 months. No husband, no daughter. I haven't been home at all, like, by myself since I gave birth. It's crazy. My daughter's at my parents' house right now, and then my husband, he's on a work trip. So it's just me and the animals today. Feels really good. Fridays are actually like my favorite day because it's a short clinic day. We're only in the clinic from like 9 to 12:31-ish. So it's a pretty like light and slow day, which I need after a long week. So we're getting closer and closer to graduation. I graduate in May. I really just kind of want to hone in on studying for this nurse practitioner certification board exam. I haven't actually studied for boards in like 8 years when I took the NCLEX. So I feel like I'm a little bit rusty on my test taking skills, even though, you know, we have exams in school, but this is like the test, you know, like the test to become licensed to be a nurse practitioner. I took the NCLEX 8 years ago. I don't really know how the NCLEX is today, but they had it set up to where the minimum questions that you can answer is 75. The maximum questions were, I think, like 300 or 350 or something like that. And I had it in my head that I am not answering 300 and something questions. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not sitting for hours. So I really like prepped hard for the NCLEX. I did a lot of practice questions. I passed the NCLEX in 75 questions, and I really think that my studying methods helped. So because like answering questions worked for me for the NCLEX, I'm gonna do the same kind of method when prepping for this board exam. I personally just like learn the best when I am asked a question or I'm giving a scenario and I can recall and apply the information that I've learned. I actually have like a ton of study material that I'm gonna be using because I kind of want to be like over prepared. I have an exam prep book, videos from APEA that has like a live review course. And then I have a website that I'm going to be using strictly for answering practice questions. It's called True Learn. I mentioned this in my last video where like my school is offering kind of like a mock practice exam for boards, and they use True Learn. And I really liked it because of how they broke down the question. Like, that's so important to me to figure out what was the right answer, why was it right, and then why are all the other answers wrong. And they have like little resources in the question as well, like links to different like outside articles and guidelines and stuff like that. And I don't know, like it worked for me. So I'm gonna use that to prep for this exam. You can also break down like your knowledge with certain clinical areas and body systems, which is really beneficial. If you look up the AANP and the ANCC exams, they give you a breakdown on the kind of questions per topic area. So like they give you a certain percentage for geriatrics or pediatrics OB. That's really nice to know is their framework for the exam, and True Learn has their own kind of like breakdown of the clinical area, so you can kind of see your weaknesses as far as the topics. And if you already know kind of like your weaknesses, you can create a test where it's only like specifically neuro questions or endocrine. And they also have this like notes tab where you can save a specific question and you can go back to it at a later date. For example, I saved this question on the hepatitis B labs because even though like I'm pretty familiar with like Hep B surface antigen and surface antibody, it's still kind of like trips me up. Like I don't feel completely confident in that area. So I saved it, even though I got the question right, I saved it. So it gives you like an overall explanation of the correct answer, but it also gives you the rationale for all of the other answers. You can see at the bottom that they included an additional link so that you can learn more about that specific topic. I personally love this American Family Physician website. Like, it's always my go-to during clinicals. Like, I always go to this or the National Library of Medicine. Like, these two are my go-to. I have so many articles that are bookmarked from like those two websites. They're just like my go-to. But anyways, and then they also have like little snippets from Picmonic, which is another great resource that I'm using to study for this board exam. They basically make like a disease process and make it into an animation, like a little cartoon. And it's really helpful for me because I'm a visual learner, so when I watch this, I understand it a little bit better. And this is not only for NP students. If you're a nursing student prepping for the NCLEX, you can definitely use TrueLearn because they have practice NCLEX questions as well. I do have a promo code, so if you guys are interested, you can get 20% off. That's what I'm gonna be using to prep for this exam. So it's March and I don't really plan on taking this exam until like the summertime, so I'm giving myself just an adequate amount of time to study in detail everything. I want to be like very prepared, so I'm starting early. Not bad. It's a little bit grainy. Yeah, it's doable. So it's 6:45. I'm about to head to the gym. I was looking at old pictures of myself, my pre-pregnancy body, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to get back to that. So I'm up early, gonna hit the gym, and the sun is coming up already, just crazy. I love it. Daylight savings time is almost here. Mimi?
Good morning, Rose.
Amila, how come you only have one side?
Hello, you see me? You see me over here?
It's been a super long day. I had to go to Starbucks after clinicals because I was behind on my Typhon entries. I had to do 8 cases for each clinical day, and I didn't document anything yesterday or today, so I really had to like sit down today to get that done because we have like a certain time frame between going to clinicals and logging our patients. So I actually have to do some studying. I don't really know if I'm going to be able to fit that in tonight because by the time I get home it's gonna be like 8 o'clock and I'm tired. Honestly, like I don't know what I'm gonna do when I become a nurse practitioner because I feel like I take so long with my patients because I just want to make sure that like I'm diagnosing it right, I have a good like differential list, I'm prescribing the right medications, and I'm always just going through like multiple sources of clinical practice guidelines. It's like, what am I gonna do when I have a whole patient load of like 18, 20, 22 patients when it's taking me like an hour with one? Maybe that comes with time, but I don't know, I'm worried about it. It's probably like a normal like new nurse practitioner feeling and experience is like kind of being slow, getting your like rhythm going. I'm kind of leaning towards maybe going into a specialty. If I end up in primary care, I wouldn't be mad at it, but I think I want to kind of just like focus on a certain area versus like managing all of the areas, but we'll see what comes about. I'm headed to Atlanta to go to a nurse's day at the Capitol. My school is offering a school credit for attendance, so I thought that this will be a good opportunity, I guess like for networking purposes. But basically they're having like legislative officials that are there to like hear the struggles that we have and what things they can do to help, like what laws that they should implement. Hopefully they let me in because I didn't even register for this event. I didn't even realize. So we'll see. What a great morning. Oh my gosh, it's so sunny. Love it. Love how sunny. Oh no. Oh no. I don't have my shades. Oh yeah, I do. Oh my gosh, I cannot drive without my shades. Okay.